Hey everyone, how are you guys doing? Hopefully you guys are having a fantastic evening or morning, wherever you are. All right, so we got a whole bunch of people that are joining us on Facebook, and there's more people starting to build up on YouTube. Comments are starting to pop up. There's a community starting to form, and it's awesome. All right, so welcome to Learn to Write Sci-Fi. I am Rick Graham, author of the Revelations series, and my whole job here with this channel is to help you become a self-published author. So if you've never published anything before that's, fiction, that's what I'm trying to help you to do. All right? So through this series, which we are on episode 10 of 30 in this 30-day challenge that we're doing, we're covering everything from character creation, plot, and then even starting to get into marketing and, setting up your Amazon Kindle account and being able to post there and, how to find a cover, how to price it, a bunch of different stuff. All right, so yesterday we were kind of discussing a little bit more with the outline. Today, hopefully, if you guys have been following through the series, you've already got an idea for the storyline, right? Hopefully, you already have a protagonist that you've been working on and that you've started to develop a little bit, right? An antagonist, main character versus some evil character or just bad character or good character, but your main character is actually a bad guy, maybe. All right? And, you started to think about the rules of the universe, whether the universe is based off of a future of Earth, all different types of stuff that we've covered. Now, hopefully your outline is coming together, and you might be thinking, well, it's getting to the point where creatively it's just too big to tell in one short story. That's okay. The whole point of us doing this exercise with a short story is so that you can say that you're a published author. It's not to try to rush something out that's garbage and that nobody wants to read, but it's at the same time supposed to be done quickly so that way you actually have an accomplishment under your belt as an author, right? So if we spend, a year writing a 300-page novel, that would be fantastic, except if you haven't done that before, that can be very daunting, right? So we're trying to work through this process together. That way you actually have something accomplished and to be proud of. All right, so if your universe is getting kind of big, you need to try to dial it back a little bit. Remember what I was telling you in one of the earlier episodes. If you're, you got all these ideas for story possibilities and the universe just keeps expanding and you got all these ideas for maybe different races or different nations or different factions or just the technology, write it all down and set it aside. Right now you need to focus just on this short story. You only have to come up with what you need to tell in the short story. If you let your imagination go and run wild, if you're anything like me, it'll overwhelm you and it'll cripple the story, and then you'll be too afraid to do anything because you're well, what if, and it'll just, the whole project will fall apart. I don't want that to happen for you. Okay? So you have all these things, or are working on the rest of the details of the main character, the plot and everything, the plot twists, right? I would say, if someone were to ask, okay, well, how long, Rick, are your outlines typically for your short stories versus how many pages are you getting? Now, remember, this is just my version of outlining, my version of, marketing and everything. For myself, I find, not counting character development or character creation, basic plot notes or whatever, but the actual outline of the short story itself, I had a story that I wrote that was about 31 pages for one of them, and my notes were about 2 pages long for that. Page and a half, about 2 pages. We'll just round it up to about 2 pages. So basically, if you do the math out of that, 1 page should translate roughly into 15 pages of your short story. Now, I will say, when I write in Microsoft Word, because that's what I use to outline and write and everything, when I'm doing an outline, I just use standard, is it 8.5 by 11 format. I just use the standard Word document format, just like what would come out of your regular household printer. When I go into the book, the actual short story writing itself, I have a different format. We're going to get to that in a future video, actually one of the upcoming videos very soon, because you're actually going to start writing here very soon. So I want to let you guys know what my formatting is, because I have a reason that I format the way that I do. But so the pages for my short story are actually smaller. Phone call in the middle. Hope that didn't mess it up. so the short story itself is in a different format than the outline, right? So of outline equals 15 pages, or sorry, 30 pages of the short story itself. All right. So anyway, guys, I hope that helps. Hopefully you're getting really close to getting this outline finished and pulled together. I'm excited for it. I want to hear about it. Let me know in the comment sections if you guys are actually really getting close to having the outline finished. Tomorrow's video, actually, it might be in the day after. We might get into the formatting so you guys can get started with at least the way that I do it. You can go ahead and start writing and then just copy and paste it into the document once we make the changes. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. If you'd like to follow us on Facebook, it is Learn to Write Sci-Fi. You can like our page there. And if you would like to follow us on YouTube, it is White Light Media. All right, guys, there's a lot of stuff I'm trying to work on the behind the scenes, trying to come up with some better tips and helpful stuff as we're moving forward. We're also working on a website, and then we would have a blog there and some other stuff as well. So that way you just get kind of noisy when you're using social media for things. But in the meantime, it's working fantastic for us. All right, guys, thank you very much. I'll see you guys again tomorrow night.